Welcome back, gamers. In this video, we're going to talk about dueling in Diablo 2. More specifically, I want to explain the FPK format. This video is for anyone who loves PvP or is interested in getting into PvP. So sit back, relax, hit the like button, make sure to sub. Thanks for stopping by. FPK is a certain dueling format where 4 characters, the assassin, the barbarian, the druid, and the necromancer, play with a revised rule set. It's a very specific rule set. The FPK format has been around for almost 16 years. It's dated back a very long time, originating in LOD. This is the ultimate level of dueling, and all the best players in the world participate in FPKs. Current rules have been updated since patch 2.4, so we've seen changes to all 4 classes that have affected some balancing. The biggest balancing changes so far are the bone synergies for the Necromancer, which boost up skills like Bone Spear and Bone Spirit. Faster hit recovery changes that affect the assassin and how Mind Blast affects other players and swirling other players. Next hit delay changes for Tornado and the Druid, that affects the Druid, that makes Tornado much more stronger, and Whirlwind changes that affect the Barbarian. These are all new changes that have gone on since Diablo 2 Resurrected has launched. So there's a lot of older rules that have to be tweaked and curated to best fit FPK for 2023. FPK is fair player killing or fun player killing. Every match is balanced, whether you're in a full 4v4 or 3v3, 2v2, or 1v1. Every character sort of is like a rock paper scissors to another character. For example, if you have a matchup with an assassin and a druid, that's like a hard counter to the druid. If NVT, Necro versus Trap is always, a good balanced matchup. It's a real big, like rock, paper, scissors type of combat, which is great. So it keeps it balanced, it keeps it fun. First off, let's start with the Necromancer, right? So the Necro's job is to keep everyone amped with Amplify Damage. So keep in mind that assassins have Fade, which remove curses within 10 seconds. So you really have to fight to make sure that the entire team is amped. Do not do anything until you've confirmed everyone is amped, or else your team will be at a heavy disadvantage. Try to always keep the assassin amped. It is very hard. I mean, you're gonna be at risk. You're putting yourself at risk to getting swirled, to getting chain locked. Good teams will protect their assassin. You will get swirled, you will get stomped, but it's an absolute must. Secondly, it is the Necromancer's job to cast Bone Prison on the opposing Barbarian. Bone Prison will eat up the Barb's damage while they Whirlwind, allowing for your Druid or your own Barb on your team to stomp and take him out. Good Necro knows how to stay alive. The moment you die, it's most likely your team will lose the fight. The Necro plays such an intricate role in FPKs with amp damage. So fighting an opposing team is next to being near impossible to win without Amplify Damage in FPK. So if one team, the Necro, goes down, you probably have a 99% chance that other team is going to win. But anything can happen. For Druid, Druid is the big damage dealer. So do not stomp until you know the opposing team is hit with Amplify Damage. Your goal is to play around your team's assassin, protect your assassin. You want to protect with tornadoes, and then when the assassin swirls an enemy, they get them locked in Mind Blast. You want to grab the name lock, you want to stomp, and you want to NATO until they're dead. Right? You want to bully opposing teammates, especially the Necromancer, and you want to keep a lot of pressure with your Druid on the other team's Necromancer. Free Necromancer is very dangerous. Also, like I said, very intricate part of an FPK team. You want to be careful of the enemy Barbarian. Only stomp when your Necro successfully casts Bone Prison on a Barbarian. A good Barbarian can shred your Druid faster than you can blink. Believe me, it's happened to me. It's pretty nutty. And then we'll segue into the Barbarian class. Barbarian is obviously the first priority is battle command, battle orders, and shout to buff off your team. You're providing, you know, huge life and defensive buffs, and with battle command, it'll keep your skills all +1. Massive buffs for your team, 100%. But also, the key to being a good barb is reading your sins locks and predicting your enemy's movement. You want to try to evade the initial amp from the enemy Necromancer, so you can capitalize with an open window to deal the most damage possible without taking any damage yourself, right? So at the beginning of a match, you have 2 teams each side of the map. Both say G to go. You want to effectively move out of the Necromancer's range and then come back in and try to get, you know, some free hits, maybe some free damage, free kills on the opposing team if your neck has already successfully cast Amplify Damage. But you want to play with your Necro for sure. So when your team's Necro bone prisons the barb, this is when it's your chance as a barbarian to take out the other team's barbarians. It's called a BVB, barb versus barb, right? Your team will be able to move more freely without an enemy barb threatening you, right? So there's a big scuffle of characters. Maybe the barb comes in to get a hit on your assassin. Necromancer will cast bone prison. The bone prison around the barbarian is going to negate its attacks with whirlwind, allowing you to stomp with the druid or stomp with the barb if you're on a barb and take him out. And effectively, you will take 0 damage because of the bone prison. Assassins, the final class. Your goal on a trap assassin is to keep the opposing team swirled 24/7. This is done with Mind Blast. Right, if you cast Mind Blast, you'll see the little white swirls above your head, and this is pretty much your main goal. You want to be an anchor for the team. You want to set up your teammates with nice locks, giving them open windows to attack freely, especially on swirled targets. They can get some nice locks and hopefully get some nice kills through that. Your traps will provide chip damage as well as allowing you to zone the map off and trap opposing players, corner opposing players, get good angles on them, get your players down quick. But one thing, you don't want to be a camper. You don't want to sit in a 5 stack of traps. You want to move around. You want to be able to cast Mind Blast. You want to be able to hurt the opposing teammates, get them cornered, and then have your buddies, your druid, your barb, able to stomp the opposing team. And effectively, you really need to create good positioning for your teammates. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you guys get into some FPKs, get some more dueling. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to like, make sure you're sub. Take it easy.